win, but certainly get themselves a little closer to getting out of the bottom two. Let's see the early initiative now from the visiting side. Out here onto this right-hand side for fullback Mabuye. Both the fullbacks today are relatively new in terms of experience. They do have some injury problems, notably, of course, Tsepo Mabuye, who's a big loss for them. Also, Romario Dlamini, the former Golden Arrows player, on the right. He's also out, so an opportunity for Ndaba, who will be wearing jersey number 3. It's only his second game, made his debut last week against Royal AM in their last encounter. And Mabuye, who made his debut against Stellenbosch in the Cup semi-final. This is his third start. He did play as a substitute last season. Castillo's back in the lineup for Chiefs. In the starting lineup, that is. All a bit languid out there, and understandably so too, given how hot it is, Brian Marty. You're not exactly expecting a high-tempo start to this game.
Well, you don't have to start like that, but also if you look at the pitch, it's quite a big pitch. And I walked around in terms of the grass as well. The way it's been cut, it's a bit heavy. I think it favors Chiefs. We've trained here, so. But when you listen to Richards Bay coach Kaitano Tembo's talking about setting up the traps in the midfield, exploiting certain areas. Fosler on the right hand side for Chiefs being the targeted man. He's up against Nsundwana.
Mabuye with the throw-in. Mabaso winning the header in the midfield, looking for Barnes. Mabaso on the bench for the last 3 matches played by Richards Bay. He's back inside alongside Lucky Mohome, so they've got plenty of experience. They're 2 former Sundowns players, by the way, Mabaso and Mohome, although not at the same time. And away goes Sali now. This could be the first attack for Chiefs. Long ball inside. Misses out on Gonzalez. Modi was calling for it at the back post. Choice of Gonzalez also interesting, Brian. Just 2 starts this season for the Colombian. Over 500, or I should say over 5 hours of football in a Kaizer Chiefs shirt. Yet to score, and chosen today in place of Ranga Chivavairo.
There's always pressure. A lot was said about him and the potential that he's got. It's not easy. Ranga wasn't too happy, in fact, in the last game they played himself. So they've got to try and prove themselves. Seconds late, but what a delightful ball played there for him.
With both Gonzalez and with Sali, a big physical presence today for Kaizer Chiefs. Long time since we've seen 2 massive strikers like these two.
What interesting, Sailor then has to be on the far side. So you've got the big boys that are out there to try and impose themselves. And you have Modi, who's very skillful, alongside Tanti on the left-hand side.
Bruce Vuma in goal. It's only his 3rd start of the season. Brandon Peterson is the backup. Tumile Nkune is suspended by the club at the moment. There's a chance for Vuma to make this the #1 jersey his on a more regular basis. He's 8th season at the club now. He's only had 37 starts in those 8 seasons. Of course, behind many different goalkeepers in the pecking order over the years. Daniel Akpay was here for a short while, but Kune for most of the time.
Goalkeeping position is there for the taking.
Yeah, the confidence issues with Brandon Peterson, the mistakes we've seen from him, plus Kune's suspension, certainly opens the doors here for Vuma. 28 years old now, so he's got plenty of experience. This is his moment, perhaps. Nsundwana on the left-hand side. Big burly striker, out of play.
every time we mention Bruce, I think DJ Cleo, who's played a key role in his career. And at some point, the gloves as well that he used to wear, DJ Cleo, got him those gloves. And Cleo, of course, himself had a short stint with Bidvest Vets.
His son apparently playing for Pirates in the DDC. Also in goals.
Yeah, mixing it up musically.
Now Ed Milson doing well. Castillo in a bit of space here. Gonzalez. Now the big man's going to go for goal. He's desperate. He might be a little bit too desperate from that range.
You're right. He was rushing things. I think he could have shared it on the far side and got himself into the box.
Ed Milson again with Castillo, the two internationals in the side, foreign internationals. There's Mordi, might be in the Cup of Nations squad if he continues his good form. 4 goals for the club. Castillo goes for goal. Looking to bend it. Frosler now to Matt. Wilson once more with Sifiso Tlanti back in his usual left back role. Foul committed on Mordi. Mabuya gives away the free kick, the young 23-year-old. Big opportunity for this young right back. He's a regular in the NFD with Richards Bay, but just one league game, the DSTV Premiership before today.
You know, building up when some of the youngsters get introduced into the team, the best advice would have been register your presence. Just that tackle, the first tackle, win possession against the opponent, sort of helps building up, helping you with the confidence.
Ndaba on the left-hand side, 21-year-old, come through the Diski Challenge ranks at Richards Bay. Being proud of quite a number of players that they promoted up. You'll see wearing jersey 13 up in attack is Tulani Gumedi, another one who Richards Bay promoted up. Still in play here. Mordi comes away with it. There was a claim from Gumedi that it was out, but linesman keeping a close eye, and so was the referee. Now Sali. Ndaba gets a little touch.
It's interesting that he's been pushed to the far side, and every time he's in possession, the support that he gets from Forsler gives him an option.
Possession taken by Mabaso, and referee is allowing play to continue here. And then he's going to bring out the cards and put Edmilson in the book for the first time this afternoon.
He's not happy, I think, with his teammates, and the fact that he committed to that challenge from that distance. There was no need for that. There was no danger at all. He's such an experienced player, they shouldn't have committed that sort of slide tackle.
Lutuma was the player brought down. Edmilson named yesterday in the Mozambique squad to go to the Cup of Nations finals. Along with Manuel Kambala, who plays for Polokwane City, 2 PSL base players, and the 40-year-old Dominguez, Elias Palembe.
I was about to add him as well. Just refusing to age.
He will be the oldest man by far at the Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast next month. Now back in Mozambique, playing for Songo after a very good season actually for Royal AM last campaign. Now headed by Mart. Here's Mordi, comes away with it. There's a run from Sali. on the far side. Morty might go on his own. Shot was blocked. And then a bit of a hasty clearance at the back from Magula. Now Gumede. Good skills from him. Butuma with support from Sanere Barnes, who's been a real consistent for Richards Bay in the 2 seasons, or the 1.5 season that they've had in the top flight.
He's also showing his versatility. You find him, he can play, center midfield, get into play on the wing, and give you all of those options.
Richards Bay, one of the sides that raided Marumo Gallants at the end of last season, picked up players like Mohomi, for example, who is in the lineup today.
In fact, I was happy to see him back in the football arena. He had disappeared for a while, like Kimungumi. And as you say, Marumo Gallants, he resuscitated his career, dominated in that midfield. And I know Ranchi is listening. He'll be saying, that's my player. He used to be part of my team.
That's right, Free State Stars, his first club, led to Sundowns. A little bit of a loan spell at Supersport United. And Gallant's last season was actually his most productive season ever. 25 starts. They had an extensive campaign in African club competition as well, and relegated. Tsundwara now back. Clearance by Edmilson. Strong challenge in the middle coming from Mabuye. It'll be a chance here for Sali now. Good first touch on the big Congolese. Ndaba tracking back. Chiefs attacking down both flanks so far today. Sali cutting inside. Not so sure he knows what to do with it when he was there on the edge of the area. Unconvincing in his decision making. Now Morty's come back to collect. With Slanti, this is better. Now, there are 3 waiting. Can he get the ball inside? Morty to the byline. Good block. Mabuye and then Magula.
Good tackle there. Timed it quite well. Bound to happen. He's improvising. He had to time it so well. Talking about Saidi, you're absolutely right. He should have taken a shot because he cut inside. It's in his stronger foot, left foot. I'm not too sure whether he's that comfortable to play on that right-hand side. Yes, he makes good runs. He's very aggressive. But what's the main, responsibility as a striker? You've got to try and have shots on target.
Absolutely, and what a good tackle there as well from young Mabuye. You were talking earlier about just a little confidence build, a little message that you sent out. That would have been a very strong one that he has given Morty. He's given him a fairly torrid time in his opening 10 minutes or so.
Well, he displayed maturity. He's allowed him to get the ball and improvise, try and get into the box. The most crucial thing when he's supposed to take a shot, committed a good tackle.
Butuma stopped in his tracks. Ebnelson and then Frosler, and Frosler looking for some running from Sali. Now Gonzalez waits in the middle. Frosler comes in support. Good turn from the Congolese. Mobo and Mart. Gonzalez holding off the defense. Mart looking to find him. Castillo with Edmilson.
So far so good defensively. As pointed out by Katano Tembo to say they've got to maintain the structure, they've got to defend well, they've got to be aware of the aerial strength that Chiefs have, but at the same time they've got to try and set up the traps. Haven't seen those traps yet. They haven't won that position in the midfield as yet.
It's a busy afternoon in the DStv Premiership with Royal M hosting Morocco Swallows at the Harry Gwala Stadium in Maritzburg. No goals there. Hammersdale, it's Golden Arrows against Galaxy. Arrows have lost 6 in a row. They 0-0 at the moment at the Mpumalanga Stadium. And the other game down at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, the Chipper 0, Polokwane 0. They were going to play that game in East London, but back in Gqeberha. No goals yet anywhere around the country. 4 matches all kicking off at the same time. Later on this evening, SuperSport United hosting Orlando Pirates. That's a 5:45 kickoff. And the game being played in Polokwane at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. And then, of course, one game tomorrow for Christmas. A big one it is too. Cape Town City against Mamelodi Sundowns, live from the Cape Town Stadium.
That's good value for money in terms of entertainment throughout until the, when is your last game? I think it is on the 30th.
Yes, 31st for me, which is the Cape Town derby against Spurs and City at the Cape Town Stadium. Sunday week. Lots of football in midweek as well. There's Sundowns playing at Loftus on Wednesday night. Games on Friday, Saturday and Sunday next week. It's the first time in the history of professional football in this country we've ever had games between Christmas and New Year, except of course for last year with the World Cup. We had a few games just before New Year. Remember the 30th and the 31st, we had a handful of matches. Catching up after the 6 weeks break because of the World Cup in November.
I'll tell you what, the viewers who consume this product will be saying we want more of this sort of situation. Can you imagine the withdrawal syndromes when the fans close, his factories close on the 15th, and then you go back home and there's no football at all.
Absolutely. Zip Barnes is going across to take what will be the first set-piece opportunity of this first half for visiting side. Have one away in Gauteng already this season at Morocco Swallows. So let's see what Richards Bay can conjure up. Played short to Gumede. Now Barnes again. Bit more of an angle towards the back post. Butuma's there, up into the air, but no one challenging Vuma. And so Chiefs can get it away. Not very far. Daba to Barnes. Here they'll come on the attack again. Vuma's virtually handed Richards Bay another opportunity. And Daba across the middle. Chance to turn here for Dube. Looking for a goal against his old team, having done it already once before.
Not bad for an effort. Won the ball quickly, and then they got it into the danger area. Well set up. Yeah, time. So much time. And you normally say defenders can't shoot, right?
Yes, there's proof of it, Brian.
You
over the top it went. Absolutely ecstatic Dube if he was to find the back of the net against Chiefs. 2 seasons at the club and didn't really get much of a look in. Mark took his eye off the ball there. Skip his armband these days. Before him, Kune and Peterson before that.
Thrown in the deep end because it's an honor to wear the captain's armband.
Well, not bad for a former Pirates junior, we should say. Good ball down the line, Gumede offsides Butuma, and maybe a little embarrassment saved there by the flag. Very tight.
It's very tight, but he's definitely offside. Just a little bit earlier, the supply wasn't quick enough.
6 injuries at the moment for Kaizer Chiefs, including Tetwa, who was hurt in training just a couple of days ago on his ankle. Also, Zita Kwinika injured in the last few days in training. Keegan Dolly still battling. Siateba Sitebe has been a long-term injury problem. Ditlokwe Patayone Ditlokwe was injured playing for Botswana last month in the World Cup qualifiers. And George Matlu is the other player out. Ashley Dupria, who's been out for a while, is on the bench today, which will be good news for Chiefs fans.
It's good to see him warming up or doing the warm-up drills. He's beginning to be a regular in the team, particularly on the left-hand side. I thought he was doing well. The competition now with Modi now operates on that left-hand side.
I'm sure they'll give him a little bit of a run here today. Gonzalez says handball. Nothing given. Martins with the interception. Back to goalkeeper Vuma. And now Edmilson. A little bit of pressure here from Richards Bay. Good header in from Mohomi. Now there's plenty of space in the middle there for Martins. Looking to ease past Mabaso. He set it up so well, Yusuf Mart, and then the pass to Sali let him down. Dube at the back with Magula. It's been good to see Jackson Mabokhane back in top flight action with Richards Bay this season. A young man who also made his start at Mamelodi Sundowns, went to Bloem Celtic. This season was playing in the Motsepe Challenge League with Black Leopards.
Sometimes you've got to go back and reinvent yourself. I think he's built up that character.
Daba on the left. Tsundwana ahead of him. And Butuma. Neither of them found with that pass. Dube comes in here. He's really determined today. Butuma now. Challenging, ball inside to Barnes, first touch, oh good shot, forces the save out of Vuma, and Frosler looks to clear. First shot in anger from Sanele Barnes.
I think he had time, they'd given him the space as well. If you look at the two midfielders, Gonzalez, and then you have Castillo, they should have done better there to try and deny him the freedom to test their keeper. I think he did well in the end there, Bruce Vuma.
Barnes this time looking to set up another handball claim from Chiefs, ignored by the referee. Back inside here again. So all of these second balls are Richards Bay ahead of Kaizer Chiefs.
They're calculated. They know what is at stake here. They've got to maintain that discipline at the back, get competitive, pounce at the right moments. And so far, so good for Richards Bay.
Daba on the left.
A quick one. Any other Ndaba that you know who's been part
Well,
of
the referee I know, of course, Sylvester.
Yes.
Is that the one you were thinking
Sylvester, yes. There's an incident that happened when the late Swiss Monsieur was still alive. I can't share that story on TV. That was quite fun. That's a good shot.
It's always dipping and bending from Barnes. It made it more difficult for the goalkeeper.
Showing his good qualities. Remember when they passed into the Premiership, he was more the full back of the team, playing on the right hand side, now playing the midfield, dictating the tempo of the game.
Inaka at the back is the skipper today. 7th season with this club. Come up to the top flight. Let's just look at that save again from a different angle from Vuma.
Foolish. Milson tried to put pressure on target, unlucky.
Barnes scored in the last game for Richards Bay against Royal M. He's down on the pitch now, and his own teammate I thought for a second Gumede was playing on, but it's been knocked into touch to allow some treatment here for Barnes. His message across for the moment.
This is where you call someone one of the players.
Looks to be okay. Barnes ready to resume. Everybody having a little bit of a break here.
Might have been here. Went for an aerial battle with that Milsey. Perhaps landed awkward.
The referee's obviously using this injury break and turned it into a water break, which would have been on the cards anyway given the temperature. Richards Bay knocked the ball into touch. It should actually be a throw-in over on the far side, but what's he going to do? Give a drop ball to Kaiser Chiefs? I suppose it's much the same.
I don't think he's going to do that. His position. Still in conversation with Santi. The coach was saying the Kaizer Chiefs way. I challenge all of these fans to come up and tell us, but it's the Kaizer Chiefs way.
Well, I've heard it a lot too lately, Brian Mate. The only Kaizer Chiefs way that I know used to be the winning way, and that's when everybody was happy and they were king of the pile. It's on the way to winning, there were many different styles. You remember Stuart Baxter used to prefer the transitional style. He was the last one to win a league title.
Yeah.
In your day, all sorts of classy players, skillful players, different approach to the game, but those were different times, I suppose.
Correct. I always say, whatever jersey number you're wearing, as we watch this battle here, whatever jersey number that you're wearing, try and understand the history behind the jersey. That should actually tell you who that particular individual is, and you can actually study that. If you know the jersey number that you're wearing, you can't wear jersey number 50 and you don't know who that player is and what they are all about.
12, wasn't it?
12.
Jersey
Jersey number 11 for that matter.
Douglas.
You've got to understand and know who that particular player is and what they were all about.
What was your number when you were there?
I was 17 at Chiefs, which ended up being won by Paul and Diane at some point.
It's a little strong, that pass from Ed Milson. Slow half this so far in this game. We've had that one chance for Barnes, and now foot up against Msimango. Barnes goes down again. Is there going to be a yellow here? I'm not so sure. He might just give him benefit of the doubt in terms of a caution, but certainly a decision against Msimango. The actual contact on the head, maybe on the side there. Definitely did dip his body down significantly.
I always have a problem with, I know the referees will say that's dangerous play, whatever the situation is, but when the ball is that high, when you go with the head, what do you expect?
You duck your head in.
When you duck your head in, what do you expect to do?
Exactly. No, it's a good point. Coming up for the half-hour mark here at Soccer City. Barnes is okay and combines with Gumede with a free kick. Strong header away by Reed Frosler. Now, back inside. Little header from Lineka, beating Edmilson, but doesn't find Nsundwana, who was the intended recipient. Ngobo, Frosler.
So we're talking Novo, who's wearing jersey number 12, and the great Tumlane says, how do you wear jersey number 11 and sit on the bench?
Yes.
Because jersey number 12, which is AC11, doesn't sit, never sat on the bench, you know? So you've got to live up to the standards. So far, so Saile pace on that right hand side, it's very quiet now.
Lots of possession here for Kaizer Chiefs, but not so sure the fans are particularly enamoured with the way things are going at the moment. We are inching closer here to the half-time whistle. Frozer under a bit of pressure, Mutuma wins the throw-in. Takes it quickly as well. Here come Richards Bay looking to steal the march on Kaizer Chiefs. Laid back for Barnes. Just not enough power there, and Edmilson made the decisive interception. Mordi is left behind by Castillo. Barnes' first touch allows Mordi to take possession back again. Here's Gonzalez now. Big Colombian into Mordi. Cover from Uneka. Slanty to come across and take the throw-in. Very often the go-to man for set pieces for Kaizer Chiefs.
Well, he's got good technique. Kelly, full laces. This tempo suits Richards Bay. They are the visitors. If Chiefs are not lifting the tempo, they're okay with it.
And again, ball given away, but Simango gets a second bite of the cherry. Here's Ngobo. Ball to Mordi. Chance to turn. Yeah, for Castillo. Bouye got the decisive touch in there. Pass out to Barnes. He's putting pressure here on Edmilson. The Mozambican does well.
Yeah. When he went to Spurs, or Cape Town City, he was an outright left back.
That's
but
right.
You look at the maturity of having adapted to playing centre back, but adding value in terms of attack as well. His pass completion is amazing.
You remember Benny McCarthy switched into centre back in almost in a injury emergency.
Yes.
Called him his Sergio Ramos. Still prefers the left back if you were to ask him, but maybe with the legs now. He's only not yet 30, 29 Edmilson, but had that very bad knee injury. So anyway, today with the Clockwear out, has maybe pressed into service here on the in the middle and allowing Clanty back into the lineup as well. Good run here from Castillo, and that's a lovely ball as well from Clanty. Castillo across, looking for Gonzalez. Knows how important it is for these fellow South American to get his name on the score sheet today. He has the quick counter, ball through for Gumede, out comes Vuma. Nice idea from Barnes.
Good awareness by Bruce. But then again, if you listen to Coach Caetano Tembo saying, we've got to try and exploit certain spaces. Got there well. Good block, very timely, and this is Barnes with the supply.
So action on either ends, and on both occasions defensively both sides doing the job. Now Frosler with space on the right, Sali ahead of him. Daba is the defender. Chiefs throw in.
So because of Silas' pace, you don't have Frosler making those runs, but again he's got to deal with Ntundwana. Focus more on the defensive duties as opposed to attacking more. Frosler.
Jasmine reminds us, Brian, before you, number 17 at Kaizer Chiefs, do you remember? Who did you have to... very wonderful centre-back. Lives up in the Northwest Province now.
Citycon.
There we go. Sylvester Citylet.
Yeah, that's the only man that could mark Johnson out of the game.
Ball to the back post. Good catch from Magula. We have our historians.
Yeah,
keeping us
knowledgeable. Still over City, a conversation with Muramwanda Umato. One of his wishes was to sit down and have a conversation with Muramwanda Umato. Have we started talking the Chiefs way?
It's fouled by Dube on the back of Sali.
So he really is this sort of battle. Duve. So it's more trying to set up the traps. But then again, there's no high press. The tempo is very much low.
Well, there will be a free kick here now for Kaizer Chiefs, for Modi, who leave it involved there in getting it wide to Msimango. Through the middle to Mart. There's a bit of space for Ngobo. Finds Mart again. Barnes takes possession, and here is Nsundwana. He missed 2 games last season for Richards Bay. Cross inside, the header comes from Gumede. It was over the head of Butuma. In terms of real chances created, Richards Bay are shading Kaizer Chiefs. If it was a boxing fight, they'd be ahead on points.
Yeah. Getting the ball into the right areas, getting the headers. Not enough power though, but you're talking about progress, getting the ball into the danger areas and try and force a save out of the keeper. Chiefs are yet to do that. When you have Pule Modi's runs on the left-hand side and Saleh on the right.
Now Ngobo back into Castillo, but a space here for the Venezuelans. Shot is scuffed though, because Abel Mabasa was right on top of him. Mabuye with Butuma. Possession turnover was Gumede rather, looking to make the combination. Here's Gonzalez and Ngobo. Siley. I suppose the one thing that you must consider at home is just how hot it is here at Soccer City, and you're from a generation, Brian Mate, where December was for holidays, not for football.
You're right, but then again, we all played in.
That's an extra bit of catch, yeah. Here's Siley now, gets the shot in! Side netting. Part of the crowd are jumping up and down with joy and now realising it was off target.
Take that seat, lady. Yes, it's about time that he does this. make the runs on the right. Ball switched, gets it, it's in the box. Yes, improvise, use your strength. You're lucky that he could not get it on target. Once he
not be much opportunity for Gonzalez in the middle.
He's going to dominate that space. I think so far you have Matt, you have Novo, who had more touches.
Skipper's back up after the injury. We are some 4 minutes away from the half-time break. Novo with space. He has a chance now for Chiefs. Left-footed effort in the back of the net. That's his first goal in 2 years. Novo. They opened up a little bit like the Red Sea, and he took his opportunity, puts it past Magula, and Kaiser Chiefs are in the lead. And Inglobo, who last scored against Maritzburg on this day 2 years ago, is back on the score sheet for Amakosi.
There was a point under coach Atazwani where he was building an appetite to score goals. Passes, yes, we're definitely quite sure that he can pass the ball quite well. But then when you add this sort of element in your game, where you become an option for us to get a goal in a pace which at some point I was saying that it's a little bit pedestrian, but it gets set up by Matt. He gets invited into the area because no one is putting him under pressure, and he has ample time to pick the spot, looks around for options. He takes, I'm going to improvise, go for it, and he gets it so right. It's a beautiful goal, well taken, full laces, and no chance for Salim Magula. Deserves it, jersey number 12.
Nobo's 7th of his Kaiser Chiefs career. Just the breakthrough they were looking for. Remember, victory today for Chiefs up to 5th in the DSTV Premiership standings, above Stellenbosch, who were supposed to play against Sekhukhune last night, but that game postponed because Sekhukhune is still making their way back from Mali. Nice little shibobo there from Modi, and here the ball looking for Sali, cut out by Dube. Ndaba chasing forward. Sundwana hugs that left-hand side. Cross in is not a bad one. Butuma not attacking it though. Ed Wilson did. Corner it will be.
That's a spectacular clearance.
It's a bit ironic, the big man out on that left-hand side, the provider. With his size, Brian Mata, you'd think couldn't he be so much more effective in that penalty area?
If you were to take the games that I've done, I've always said, I don't understand why he plays on the left with the height that he's got. All the games. Only today someone has actually said it.
Bouncing around in that penalty area. Simango was the player who cleared it. That's a good first touch from Sali, coming back to help out in defence. 2 minutes, by the way, to be added on.
Now they can drop the tackle. They've scored, but a minute to go. Half time. Manage the lead. Bounce at the right moment. Individual brilliance. Novo.
A relatively small crowd today, but they will enjoy the fact that Kaiser Chiefs are in the lead, even though it's been somewhat of a pedestrian first half here at Soccer City. Saturday down in at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. 2 goals for Polokwane City. They 2-0 up against Chippa United. Still Golden Arrows 0, Galaxy 0 at Hammersdale, and not far away from there, Maritzburg, Zwolle 0, Swallows 0.
Not a good homecoming so far for Morgan Mamila.
Chippa to be in a bit of trouble if Polokwane City are leading them away. Now, Mahomie out wide. Tsundwana, Ndaba, left-footed cross, it's a good one. Uma out to collect comfortably.
Quickly so cuts it out, senses the danger. Those are always tricky for defenders and goalkeeper. The instructions have got to be clear from the goalkeeper. Now they can play it conservatively, Richards Bay. The plan was to consolidate at the back, set up some traps. They've got to try and take a bit of risk, but I've got to give them credit. I thought they were gradually improving in terms of attacking towards, a certain period until Chiefs got this individual brilliance from Nobo, scored that vital goal.
Well, there it is, the whistle for half-time from referee Abongile Tom, and Ngobo's first goal in 24 months has Kaizer Chiefs in the lead here. He was given plenty of opportunity, and Salim Magula beaten to his left as the ball nestled in the back of the net. Bruce Luma with a couple of saves. A bit of a first half post-mortem there for Richards Bay. Kaizer Chiefs too will gather for a chat before the Mordi and Ed Milson. Just livening things up a little bit for Ed Milson. There was Mordi. Confirmation of the starting lineups, by the way, scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Richards Bay made 3 changes coming into today's encounter, and 2 for Kaizer Chiefs. SuperSport United next for Richards Bay. They'll be playing them on the 30th at Umlazi. Kaizer Chiefs, of course, will conclude their year. One more game for them against Sekhukhune United. Be making the trip up the highway again to Peter Mokaba Stadium for the game on the 30th as well. Next Saturday, both of those matches. Now, here's Siley. Can he double it? Ball into the middle, looking for Gonzalez. It was I'm not sure how to describe that pass. Now Gonzalez again.
I was struggling. Of course he hits it hard, which nothing wrong with that, because if it deflects from any player that results in a goal, whether he can see who he's trying to pass, that's another thing. But the intention is quite clear. He's asking for it, but just as it gets near, he misses him.
Defender was Dube.
Yeah.
Gonzalez went inside, and Siley was expecting maybe to be hanging a little bit outside the small box. Straight out by Magula.
Coaches will always encourage players to have a conversation amongst themselves in terms of their preference. If I get on the far post, do I go near? Are you going to try and find me there? So that it becomes natural when you play. And I don't think there was that understanding.
We've got a busy January coming up for you on DSTV. Just a reminder of the Diski Challenge festivals we'll have in Tsakani, in Claremont in Durban, the Sugar Ray Kulu Stadium, both in January. Also at the Idis Valley grounds towards the end of January in Stellenbosch. Lots of live football, 2-day festivals for fans, and all live, of course, on your World of Champions. The stars of tomorrow, Premier League, La Liga, etc., continues on your World of Champions.
I forgot one Kasi that I come from. Soshanguve.
Ah, yes. He has put together a good show as well. Soshanguve is on the 10th and 11th of February. Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns, the ski teams head to head. So I'm sure the people there will enjoy.
Giant stadium.
It's a big area, Soshanguve, Brian Martin. Why have they never had a big football team?
Because all the players played in Gauteng.
They immigrated, is what you're saying.
Bazookas is really big. All of them, they all came and played. Yeah. How do you expect them to have a professional team?
Simango concedes the corner there. Who would be the top 3 players, exclude yourself from the list, top 3 players from Soshanguve all time? Sisweni, you mentioned.
And, you know, when I talk Soshanguve, there's Mabupani around it as well. There's Bazooka Susele, there's Benz, Manesela. If I add a bit of, Winterfell, Touch Mukwebo comes from there. Quite a number of players. Amos Mukari comes from that area.
Header from Mbutuma is wide of goal. High ball here from Barnes.
Aimed at Duve, but it was Mbutuma that got to the end of it.
Now Msimango will get the free kick. Nsundwana wanted one himself for what he perceived as handball, but the referee has given the original decision for the original foul. Nsundwana still questioning. 27 now. Nsundwana was a teenager when he made his debut for Wits against Kaizer Chiefs back in 2015 December, 8 years ago now. See, that's what Nsundwana was complaining about, the handball, but the original challenge deemed a foul, so Chiefs ball. Trosler. Obo. That's sort of the challenge there from Abel Mabasa. The Venezuelan.
Not the best ball, but they've also, Richie's Bay is giving them so much time on the ball. Sitting too far back, there's too many gaps in that midfield. Chiefs are trying to dictate the attempts and the tempo of the game.
Disappointing couple of results for Richards Bay, of course, in their last matches, losing out to Stellenbosch in Durban in the semi-final of the Carling Knockout. It was a big opportunity for them, but to be fair, Stellenbosch were far too good on that day. Now Msimango gets a yellow card, so Nsundwana wins their little battle eventually. Tackle that.
Now we know what he's going to be doing. He decides to stop playing football.
Good signing from Galaxy, giving him Simango along with De Klokwe, the two of them being the regular centre-back pairing at Kaizer Chiefs, both newbies as it were. Now Barnes with another set piece, chance for Richards Bay to get themselves back in this game. It's a low one, straight at Yusuf Mart. Abel Mabasa puts that high in the air, and his ex-Cape Town colleague Ed Nilsson will come away with it. Offside surely. As against Christian Siley, who for the moment is on the left-hand side.
And what we have is Pule Modi now on the right-hand side. I still say, if you have these two players, one on the right and the left, then you have an outright striker. And so far the supply hasn't been that good for that player. It's a cause for concern, something that I'm sure coach will look into.
Here comes Barnes, good challenge Castillo, no foul, says the referee. Now there are players committed by Richards Bay, and if there's a quick transition here, Chiefs could well be in with an opportunity for another. Not the best of passes again from Siley, offside Barnes, he was coming from an offside position. Chiefs coming into this game with 3 wins from their last 4 matches. They beat Cape Town Spurs, then lost the derby here to Orlando Pirates. Last 2 matches away, victories at Swallows and Polokwane. Richards Bay have won 1 of their last 7. That was also against Cape Town Spurs. Got a good point last night away in Durban against AmaZulu. Might well have it all 3 if they could have held out in those final 50 minutes. Here's the chase on. 10 minutes gone here in the second half. Sundwana and Barnes, and the ball is out of play.
Two players going for the same ball.
I do wonder whether the whole circumference of the ball was out. I think that's what Kaitano Tembo is moaning about at the linesman.
Was it? I'll have a look at it.
Nobo to Gonzalez, to Mart. Gonzalez again. Nobo and Frosler. All over the top here for Modi. Magula comes out, and well, the claim there is he perhaps handled outside of the area. Referee says play on. Kevin Johnson asking, was it out?
I thought he just joined the chorus. Again, when you look at it, he's not asking questions. Was it actually out?
We often hear the coaches say it was definitely a penalty, but I'll look at it again when I see it. You never hear from them afterwards. No one comes back a week later and says it actually wasn't a penalty. Here's the call. Nothing wrong there. Feet were out, ball wasn't. Now pressure on Simango, Butuma bearing down, and Vuma will play this straight up the middle. Mabuya's challenge on Modi looked a little bit wild. Yeah, goes Modi. Sally's offside, so support from Inglobo to Mart. Tuma setting Barnes away. Vuma's in a bit of trouble here now. That's the way to do it. Kick him high into the stands, buy yourself a bit of time. He's racing back to his goal. Just very not taking advantage of that little window. From Mhlongo now. Gumede, Mhlongo once more. Gumede made his debut just a couple of games ago in the Carling knockout against Swallows. Castillo looking for Gonzalez again, looking to give him the ball that he needs to get the goal that he wants to break his drought for Kaizer Chiefs.
They haven't pressed the reset button, Richards Bay, because they're still playing the same way. They're very much more structured at the back to try and defend in numbers, packed up the midfield. If you're trailing, somehow you've got to find a way of taking a few risks to go forward. The Chiefs will be happy just having the ball in front of them.
Down the middle from Magula. Back by Atlanti. Now Noble. Is that meant as a cross, or is he going for glory from that distance?
Remember the last time rugby was played here?
So an hour gone. Just the one change so far made at half-time with Mhlongo on for Mohomi in the Richards Bay lineup, but we do expect changes will come soon now. These players will be wilting a little in the heat. Here is a chance for the run for Gumede. Gumede with a tight angle. That's some fine defending from Msimango.
Good tackle. But it was made easy for him, and I'll tell you why I say it was made easy for him. Sometimes you've got to be very brave. Take a shot. Because the minute you have a second touch and he had left the defender, it allows him to recover. And because of that, he makes what looks like a fine tackle. Yes, he got it right. But it is a big letter for Chiefs.
Chiefs have yet to win a corner this game. Richards Bay will have their fourth. Out comes Vuma, misses. Now Ndaba back in again, high ball to the back post. Sundwana was there. Spectacular effort from Mhlongo, doesn't come off, and now the counter with Mordi. He's got the pace. Mabaso stayed back to help with the defense. Finds Sali. Mart goes for goal. Gonzalez frustrated again because he was calling for it. He was hoping for a little chip inside.
This is where you start having conversation with your fellow teammates, Gonzalez, because they've got to understand you. Remember Nukovic? They understood what he was all about. The runs that he made, he always got that supply. And I think he deserves to have that sort of supply as well.
Looks like Tabani Dube who's struggling a little bit. Vuma suggesting they should change him. He's on the other side.
Yeah, take him out. This is some of the players' tricks.
Right, Merry Christmas to Supersport. That's very kind of you, sir. We wish the same to everyone out there, not only in the crowd here today at Soccer City, but around the country, watching us live on your World of Champions. Don't forget 5:45 today. Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates and Supersport United live from Polokwane. The football continues tomorrow, Christmas Eve. First time ever in SA football we've had a game on Christmas Eve. Noble with the only goal so far that separates these two sides. Shot on the left foot in the back of the net. That came just before the break. Ashley Dupree standing by to come back after his injury layoff. And Jabulu Ngobo will be the other change coming up for Kaizer Chiefs. In the meantime, the home side looking for a second with Sali inside here. This is Ngobo. Frosler to Sali. Taking on the defense. Back again here for Frosler. Now the big man Gonzalez they'll be looking for. Castillo in there as well. We know how strong he is with the heading ability. This is Mart. Frosler now on the right-hand side, and still an expectant Kaizer Chiefs. Edmondson all the way back to the goalkeeper. 25 minutes remain in this game.
Yellow could come out of retirement and come and tell you tempo is suitable for him.
Just trying to put some energy into this match. Frosler to Sali. Richards Bay ball, the last touch from the Congolese. I think he might be expecting to go off now. With Ashley Dupree about to come on. So Simango is going off for Noble. That's the first change. And then Gonzalez being replaced by Dupree. You've got to feel a little bit sorry for Gonzalez. He's hardly seen any ball. Now has to go off without making the impact that he was hoping to make. It's the coach's call.
Yeah, I think the problem is they still maintain they don't understand it. You know, they haven't had whoever was on the right-hand side or left-hand side. They don't understand what sort of passes he prefers, the runs that he makes.
It's a big unit, Gonzalez. Just hasn't made the impact that he was hoping for here at Kaizer Chiefs. Ashley Dupree plays his first game in 6. Missed the last 6 for Kaizer Chiefs. And the Basotho international Katlego Makateng is on, along with Justice Figueiredo, who is an international for Eswatini. So a bit of a SADC feel now about this match. 2 internationals coming on for Richards Bay.
All those players that you just mentioned bringing pace into the team. Someone needs to inject some tempo into how Richards Bay are playing, particularly now that they have to go to attack. And for Chiefs, it's all about maybe consolidating things and rotating their centre-back pairing.
Going to be a yellow card here. That's for Castillo. 3rd yellow today for Kaizer Chiefs. The foul on Mabaso, which means the free kick here for Richards Bay. Sanele Blanc still has the responsibility with all of these set pieces. Tabani Dube has gone forward. Ineka as well, the skipper. It's to the back post and flags up. That's a disappointing set piece.
He actually kicked it out. Sort of this the debate because his teammate went for it. Watch this. I don't think it was aimed at the player on the far side. I don't think so. I don't think it was aimed at Dube.
Sundwana and Butuma were the two players who went off for Richards Bay. Two more changes available for Caetano Tembo, 3 for Kaizer Chiefs coach Captain Johnson. Possession turned over, yeah. Played in by Gumede. Mabaso out wide. Gumede, Mabuye rather than Gumede. And now the chase is on for Christian Saili, who's got the pace. Ball was out of play, says the referee. It was a throw in already on the halfway line. Two balls on the field. You can see one stuck in that top corner there. Figueiredo now. We hear Chippa United have pulled a goal back at home at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. They're taking on Polokwane City. We're trailing 2-0 at half-time. It's now 2-1. Chippa struggling near the foot of the table. Still no score between Golden Arrows and Galaxy. Always tough to break down that Galaxy defence. Roy AM 0, Swallows 0 also. So KwaZulu-Natal today might have sunshine beaches and the rest, but no goals, Brian Mate.
Just need to go back and chill.
Ineka in there, oh, a little knock on by Maketang and then cleared off the line, and now away from that was Ngobo. Here's the other Ngobo now, or actually the player rather, away he goes. Match for pace by Young Ndaba. This is only the second game for the 21-year-old, and he gave Ashley de Priere a little bit of a sprinting exercise there. Figueiredo cuts inside. Figueiredo, that's a good ball out wide. Looking a little livelier now since those changes. Good interception made by Castillo. Here's Modi, just 3 up front for Kaizer Chiefs. Saili, Modi, defensive work from Mabuya. Chiefs ball. He's put in a good shift today, Christian Saili.
He has. When he started, of course, he operated on the right-hand side. Now he's switched on to the left-hand side. And now with Dupree, having come on, it means he'll probably lead the front line. Happening when you lose possession in your own half.
Just over 15 minutes remaining here at Soccer City. Kaizer Chiefs, by the way, Brian, might have a wonderful record in their last game before Christmas. Went back and had a look at every single result of Kaizer Chiefs the last game before Christmas. Have not lost in the last 22 since 1999 when Sundowns beat them 3-1. Every single game, the final game before Christmas since then, since 1999, this century in other words, Kaizer Chiefs have either drawn or won it. And so they normally go to the Christmas dinner with a decent appetite, put it that way.
You can imagine the fans that have been used to that, accustomed to that habit, you know, of Christmas celebration, and it all starts here with your favorite club, and the continuity seems to be possible now.
Dube catching teammate Ndaba. Needs a bit of treatment. We need not show you the finer details of that, but you can well guess.
Imagine the radiator overheating. It needs good.
Chiefs fans will be pleased with the way things have gone so far, even the younger ones. There's a Man United shirt in the crowd. Does that lady know her side lost earlier today?
Just don't run it. I heard the result. Not good at all.
Fairly decent holiday crowd. Didn't expect much more than this today. So many people outside of the metros these days, this time of the year I should say.
It's a good outing. In fact, I saw families, not just individuals, just families in group, little kids as well coming to the stadium. It's good.
15 minutes to go. Chiefs with the lead. Dube with the defensive work. I thought maybe he'd done enough there to win the throw-in. Initial ball wasn't completely over. Fired up Dube here against his old club.
Always try and put your best foot forward up against your former bosses.
They actually have won as many points on the road this season as they have at home. They've played 2 more matches at home than they have away. One winning their 6 away games in the DSTV Premiership in this campaign at Dobsonville, just up the road.
I guess for the Chiefs fans, as much as the coach is trying to instill that Kaizer Chiefs way culture of playing football, and then the positive is if you get results, it's good for the team. Fans start feeling good about themselves and the team.
Gumede to Figueiredo, chance to get it square. Frosler wins the goal kick as the ball came off Figueiredo, and celebrations there in defence with Reeve Frosler and the rest of his teammates.
I would have celebrated with him. Timed it so well, Mark. Watch this. Kept his eyes on the ball, didn't fall for the frills. As for that, you and I need to go for the rehearsals to get that right.
Yeah, I think it'll take us a lot
the coordination
yes.
would not work.
Yes. Actually, the Priya, we haven't seen yet make a contribution. Here he is now with Modi, with the Ngobo.
He's in charge. Stringing good passes, Ngobo.
Castillo robbed of the ball. Abel Mabaso loses out to Frosler. Back with Ngobo. Pass to Dupriya. Ngobo again. It's very left-footed. No way through for Castillo. Edmilson to clear. Finds Castillo in a bit of space. Noble. Just be looking to wind down the clock, one would fancy now, as we head towards the last 10 minutes. No need to extend energy. There's a tough game coming up against Sekhukhune United. A bit of travel up the N1 as well, so spare the energy. Of course, Richards Bay against Swallows at home in their next game. This is a good chase here from Gumede. Keeps it in play. Now, can he find someone in the middle? Back post, Figueiredo, header. Too strong. Clearance from Edmilson. Sali. Mordi. He's got two choices, Sali and Dupree. Sali, oh, that's a poor pass. He's had a few shockers today with passing, Christian Sali.
And those are decisive moments. A very fertile area where he's supposed to be giving a good pass. Just gets it wrong.
Figueiredo just taking on a little bit too much. The foul will go against Yusuf Mart, or was it for the later challenge by Ngobo? More changes now. Goal scorer Ngobo is coming off. It looks as if Samkelo Zwane will replace him. This is a reminder of the goal, Brian Mate.
Solo run, individual brilliance. Ultimately, when he took that shot, he had three players around him. Good technique.
Dean Solomons has not seen much action this season. His last game in October against Golden Arrows as a sub. This is his fifth, I should say, appearance as a substitute, yet to start the season. He comes on for Reeve Frosler. There's still one change to come here for the visiting side. Gomez Zulu, ex-TS Galaxy, and Stellenbosch is on for Richards Bay. Gomez Zulu, by the way, is on for Gumede. It's Figueiredo again. Vuma is winding down the clock. Fans not terribly unhappy. This is confirmation of Gomez Zulu's entree. Didn't see much game time last season at Stellenbosch. They bought him from Galaxy, but it was very tough for him to get into the lineup. That was a very good season for Steve Barker's team. Vuma missing out on Klanti, so on Ngobo rather. So here will be throw in for the visitors. Ndaba to take it. Solomon's contribution, first contribution, is a positive one. Gomez Zulu got in the way of Figueiredo there, so safely in the arms of Vuma. 7.5 minutes plus stoppage time left here at Soccer City. Zwane to Mart. Neka is going to get a yellow card for that. That's the first one for a Richards Bay player in today's match.
Wearing the captain's armband. He can explain better, because I always say when you commit a challenge in that area, there's no danger.
We saw it earlier on as well, that first yellow that went against Edmilson. Zwane, Modi. There's Castillo, chases on for Duclair, and out comes Magula. Coming out and some treatment. Right in the first half, where excuse me, at the beginning of the second half, where he suggested to bench until I'd like to come off.
I think he's cramping. The heat could be affecting him.
Tembo kept him on and short in the goalkeeping department with Mabokhane out injured. And Mangele, who played in the Carling knockout matches, also Malcolm Jacobs. Aubrey Matibe on the left-hand side, goalkeeper coach of Kaizer Chiefs, and you saw also Dylan Shepherd. A gentleman I can't name for you, but I can tell you which club he supports.
Stadium can be honeymoon as well. Tight budget to make an appointment to go to Soccer City.
Magula explaining to Dube now. Magula's obviously struggled with this thigh problem. Dube is saying, come on, let's get stuck in, there's not much longer to go. Tempo considering. Well, of course, the number one for Uganda. And number two is Watenga, who is on the books of Mamelodi Sundowns, but being loaned out this season. Wasn't cheaper in the last campaign. Up goes Vuma and collects comfortably. Magula says to be okay, gets rid of that one, but only as far as Mart. 2 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Kaizer Chiefs looking to make one more change here in the closing stages. Give Happy Mashiane a little bit of a run out before Christmas.
Just hope there's a lot to learn. You have Milson, who's playing in the position that Happy is going to be playing in.
He's had 1 minute of football so far this season. Came on as a sub against Swallows handful of games ago. And comes on for Christian Saili. I think has done a good job in terms of effort, maybe not so much in terms of pass accuracy. Change of the afternoon. Whether there's any time for Mashiani to make an impact remains to be seen. We hear that 5 minutes will be added on, so we are now just under 6 away from the final whistle here at Soccer City. Yet another 1-0 victory for Kaizer Chiefs looks to be in the offing. They all count though, Brian Mate. They've only got 15 goals this season in this their 15th match, so they could certainly up the scoring rate.
Well, I guess there's benefits on both ends. You know, you score one and you don't concede as well, so it says a lot in terms of defensive situations for the team.
It's a sixth game in charge as well for Kevin Johnson, so he will be with 3 wins and 3 defeats if it stays this way. Very frank with Ngomazulu up front, looking for an opportunity.
And now they can't play the high balls because of the 2 centre backs. Chiefs, they can compete.
Kevin Johnson is looking to wind the crowd up a little bit, feels they need some noise here in the closing stages. Dupria, this is the last home game of the year for Kaizer Chiefs, as we mentioned, off to Polokwane for their next match, next Saturday against Sekhukhune United. And they'll be back after the long break for the Africa Cup of Nations with a home game here against TS Galaxy on the 13th of February.
Well, technically as well, Polokwane could be the cheeky Chiefs on the ground.
Yes, that's true.
They've allocated some fixtures that side.
Don't forget as well, on your World of Champions, lots of Diski Challenge football coming up in January when the first team players are all off because of the Cup of Nations. Festivals around the country and live coverage on your World of Champions up to 4 matches a day. Chance at the back post, Figueiredo. Oh, that bounced away. That was a good opportunity. Now here's Dupria on the counter. He's only got Modi in support. Ball inside here for Zwane. Modi. Well, they're going to just settle for the one. Solomons. Taken away by Figueiredo. That's where it becomes dangerous when you're trying to play for time. Figueiredo looking to find Mtetwa with a pass, or Ngomazulu with a pass, but didn't. Now Mhlongo, Figueiredo. Here's Ndaba. Ball in there. Looking for Maketeng. Back again. Just over from Sanele Barnes. He has tested Vuma in the game today.
So versatile in the role that he's playing, considering that he was playing more deeper into the midfield, delayed his involvement, got the opportunity. It wasn't dipping enough, but good technique.
Vuma with a clean sheet so far since he's returned to the goal for Kaizer Chiefs. Under 2 minutes remain now at Soccer City. It's a little threat there from Richards Bay. And they set up one more chance, give themselves an opportunity to win here. That's good work from Marty. Has slipped a bit in the game today. Play on, says the referee. Kevin Johnson's a little bit too close to the action there. There's a little body check there on Figueiredo. This is Mashiani now. And Hlanti. and Mordi. And he'll look up and see Ashley Dupree interested, and so is Castillo. Ashiani with Zwane. Happy just to keep possession now, as the clock tells us there is a minute remaining. So 5th place on the DSTV Premiership table, beckoning for Kaizer Chiefs. They will go ahead of Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch will have a game in hand though, because they didn't play last night against Sekhukhune. Chiefs up to 23, and with a same goal difference as Stellenbosch. Correction of that, Stellenbosch I think will still be in 5th place on goals scored. Same goal difference, but Stellenbosch have got 1 goal more. Kaizer Chiefs actually needed to win by a 2nd goal to go up 1 place. Then it's Cape Town City, Orlando Pirates in 3rd, SuperSport in 2nd, Pirates and SuperSport up at 5:45 on your World of Champions. Seconds remaining now. Is this Chiefs' first corner of the game? Coming in the 95th minute. First corner of the game, Brian Mate, in the 95th minute for Kaizer Chiefs.
Have I heard of that?
No, never.
I haven't either. So what does it mean? There hasn't been enough attack.
It's not
aggressive attacking.
Yeah, a game of great tempo, to be honest. Mashiani to take it. It's a low one. Comes off the skipper, and so they'll get a 2nd corner. No time for it though. There's the final whistle from Abongile Tom. So 3 wins in a row now for Amakhosi, and 3 vital points as they look to move up amongst the front runners. Richards Bay suffer their 9th defeat of the season. They remain on 10 points, 5 from safety, but 6 ahead of the bottom place Cape Town Spurs. Lots of work from Kaitano Temba. 1 win in 8 now for him. Your thoughts, Brian Mate, on today's game?